You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans. We have got Jacinda and Michael in a fake relationship to give him an alibi, but Kristina may unknowingly complicate things for her big brother. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about how Jacinda might be in the middle of a love triangle of those two siblings. She and Michael and Kristina could wind up entangled in a very weird situation on GH. Will Michael lose his fake girlfriend to his real sister? Stranger things have happened on GH. Please click subscribe if you're not already following us, and let's get into it. So recently I noticed a vibe between Kristina and Jacinda that just got my wheels turning. First, Kristina met with Jacinda for coffee at Bobby's, and then more recently, Kristina and Jacinda were chatting at the Brown Dog Bar, and I really noticed a definite vibe there. So Molly and Jacinda also talked a few times recently, but there was no vibe. There was no chemistry with Molly, but things were very different with Jacinda and Kristina. So when Jacinda was at the bar sitting at the Brown Dog all by herself, Kristina went over to chat her up to give Molly and Cody some time alone to get their flirt on. But then Kristina didn't come back for quite a while. Even Molly and Cody wondered if Kristina was going to stay at the bar chatting with Jacinda or rejoin them at the table. And yes, of course, Kristina was trying to give Molly and Cody some time alone, but Kristina was also really having a good time talking with Jacinda. Plus, Michael and Jacinda, you know, they like each other and maybe there's some chemistry there. And she even said that their fake relationship is starting to feel more real. But the reality is what Michael and Jacinda have is a business relationship. It is transactional. Michael is paying Jacinda for the alibi, and then he gave her the job at Crimson to make her look more legit and as part of the repayment for the ongoing alibi issue. Now, I will say that Michael and Jacinda do seem to genuinely like each other, but again, it's very transactional. It didn't start organic or affectionate, despite a few staged public kisses to sell this fake relationship. Now, in contrast, the vibe between Kristina and Jacinda seems more organic and natural, and I actually feel some chemistry there. Now, we know Kristina prefers women, and we actually know absolutely nothing about Jacinda's real, true preferences, because what we know about her is that she was a paid escort, and she spent time with skeevy Ezra Boyle, and Nina saw her with other clients at the Metrocourt bar, but that's all business for Jacinda. In her personal life, she may prefer women over men, or she might like women and men equally and considers herself fluid. I mean, Jacinda was a working girl, but that doesn't mean she's into guys personally. And, you know, for all we know, she may have had both male and female clients. The only thing we know about is her and Ezra, and then the thing with her and Drew, of course, that Nina and Portia arranged. Also, Kristina's ex-girlfriend, Blaze, by the way, is not coming back, not that we know of. She's off touring, and Brooklyn's mom, Lois Cirillo, is managing Blaze and the tour, and there's no sign that she's coming back. After Blaze broke up with Kristina and left Port Charles, she has been very busy. Blaze's career is really taking off, and she's on the road a lot. And Kristina hasn't had a love interest in a while, not since Blaze left. So she needs romance. And this feels like the perfect time because she and Ava and Alexis just wrapped up all that craziness where they were holding Rick hostage. And now Kristina has made peace with Ava, and Rick seems pretty chill. So it feels like all the loose ends with Ava and Rick blackmailing Alexis over Kristina trying to kill Ava are all tied up. So it's time for a new storyline for Kristina. And I suspect maybe Jacinda is part of that storyline because they keep throwing them together for no functional reason. Plus, Michael's love life is always complicated. It's always messy. So I don't see this time being any different. Also, Chase is about to blow Michael and Jacinda's alibi out of the water, and Michael could soon face attempted murder charges for Drew's shooting. I mean, the attempted murder weapon came from the Quartermaine mansion where Michael lives. Even his dad, Sonny, thinks it's possible that Michael could have shot Drew and framed Willow for it. And we know Michael's definitely hoping to see Willow behind bars and away from their kids. Part of that is his anger over what she did with Daisy and Sasha. So Michael said he went over there to confront Drew, but decided not to do it. That's what he told Tracy when she saw him outside Drew's house the night of the shooting. He had to explain it to her later. So right now, what Michael and Jacinda have is transactional. She has a real job at Crimson, and she got a hefty payout for being his alibi. And Michael's avoiding arrest, so Willow can be targeted because he hates that Drew and Willow were banging behind his back. Michael already lost his wife to his skeevy Uncle Drew. Can you imagine if Michael starts getting all up in his feelings for Jacinda and then he loses her to his sister Kristina? And so far, we haven't seen Michael and Jacinda do the deed or get romantic or spontaneously kiss. It's always been demonstrative to set up the alibi. She did kiss Michael in public, and again, that was to sell the alibi cover story. And Jacinda and Michael dined out in public as part of this plan, but we haven't seen any real romance between Jacinda and Michael when they're alone together. They're friendly. They seem to like each other, but we're not seeing swooning. I mean, can you imagine? Michael already lost his wife, Willow, to his skeevy Uncle Drew. Imagine if Michael loses his new fake girlfriend / attempted murder alibi, Jacinda, to his younger sister, Kristina. I mean, that would be something. I definitely see a friendly vibe between Michael and Jacinda, but that doesn't mean that they are on the road to romance. But maybe. And it'd be nice to see Kristina in a relationship again instead of just, acting out and being unhinged. And I'd like to see Jacinda stick around for a while. She is starting to grow on me. And who knows, maybe if Kristina and Jacinda get together, it'll make Michael snap and he'll be the one who goes unhinged. I mean, after all, Sonny did say recently that Michael's been through so much and that really changes somebody. And Sonny has noticed some changes in his son. So maybe Michael's headed for a spiral. Maybe it's his turn. So we'll see if Jacinda winds up in a romance with Michael or with Kristina, or maybe with both, or maybe with neither if they're not going to have her stick around on General Hospital. I have to say that Jacinda is growing on me, so I'm curious to see where this goes and which Corinthos sibling that she might end up with.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.